Let's talk about UFC Paris, the Battle of Paris 2025, and the official fall of the Fighting Nerds. UFC Paris was a crazy card. There was like 7 finishes in a row or something on the prelims. Every single French fighter, French fighter, I just came from McDonald's. French fighter, they won. But let's start out by talking about Nassourdine Imavov versus Caio Borralho. I got my pick right. I used to pray for times like this to rhyme like this, and the amount of time I spent on some luck. Imavov is just clearly the more superior fighter. Benoît Saint-Denis also showed that he is the more superior fighter, but we'll get there later. Nassourdine Imavov. So round 1, Caio Borralho, he was a little bit more active. It wasn't really decisive, powerful, like dangerous strikes that he was landing in round 1, but he was just getting around, landing the jab, landing a lot of leg kicks. And so on the numbers, he was a little more active on round 1. But we do know Imavov is a sniper. That's what he's known for. Round 2, Nassourdine Imavov, he starts timing his counters really well. He's able to outstrike Caio. He lands this clean spinning back fist. Remember in my prediction video, I was saying Caio Borralho needs to get that takedown that he gets every single fight, and he is a backpack demon. Today, all 5 of his takedowns were stuffed. He was not able to do any groundwork, which is where his strength is. If he had taken Imavov down, he probably would have had a lot more success. It probably could have won. But he said in the post-fight interview, he said, hey, I wanted it to be a fun fight, so I decided to stand there and strike with one of the best strikers in the world. Hey, bud, that's on you. You want to do that? You want to be entertaining or you want to win? This was your shot to a title shot. I don't even think it would be not entertaining if he were to take down Imavov. Well, I'm saying that, but he did shoot 5 times and get his 5 takedowns stuffed. I don't know what his game plan was. Maybe he was just saying that. Maybe that's something you say after you lose. Get shut out 4-1. Maybe that's what you say. You say, oh, I was just trying to be more entertaining. Sorry, it's my son's birthday today. And obrigado a Paris. I don't know, man. But dude, Mark Goddard was on his stuff today, huh? It's like the Penguin paid him off today. It was like blaringly obvious. So Nassourdine Imavov, I don't have a picture of that, but I have a picture of him with his finger in his nose. Nassourdine Imavov, he gets hit not like in the cup, but like at the waistband, and then he's like, oh my nuts, and he goes away. But I noticed he was limping. Did y'all notice that? Survey: when you get hit in the nuts, do you limp? He was limping like his leg or his foot was hurt. He was not limping like his balls got hit. Pardon my language.
My balls was hot.
He wasn't limping like he got hit in the nuts. He was limping like he had an injury. He even took a knee. I don't know. But Mark Goddard, he said, oh, take your time, Nassourdine, take your time. He took all this time. He gets back up. He's not limping anymore. I don't know. That's just me. I don't limp when I get hit in the junk. Meanwhile, Caio Borralho gets clearly poked in the eye. Mark Goddard, you can hear Mark Goddard saying, oh, you're okay. Come on, you're okay. But even with the French paying off the refs, Imavov, he was up 3-1 going into the 5th round. Basically had an answer to everything. Very technical performance everywhere. He was fitting his counter punches everywhere. That right hand, that right hook was landing every time. That right uppercut was landing perfectly. Perfect timing. Imavov is a very complete fighter. And I gotta say, Caio Borralho has a chin. I'd still put Caio Borralho as a top 5 middleweight right now. He looked pretty good. I just feel like if he had worked on his takedown offense, if he had more takedowns than just that silly little, run with your head at his waist takedown, I don't even know he needs to go 2 years Dagestan and forget also. Or actually, no, you know where he needs to go? He needs to go 2 years Iowa and forget. Yeah. He needs to go 2 years Penn State and forget. Penn State wrestling, not Penn State football. Hello. Middleweight divisions are looking pretty crazy, man. We'll see René de Ridder versus Anthony Hernandez. I think de Ridder's going to beat Hernandez. In the meanwhile, I think Nassourdine Imavov should fight Khamzat Chimaev maybe like December time. I don't know. Whatever they want to do, don't matter to me. Next fight, let's talk about Benoît Saint-Denis. Hey, let's talk about Benoît Saint-Denis. Let's talk about how Benoît Saint-Denis, Benoît eats Denise, Benoît catch Denise, Benoît hooked the knees, and then Benoît sank the choke. Unfortunately, it's a tale as old as time. You have the next Conor McGregor, right? You got the next freaking Conor McGregor. He's got the cool highlights. He's got the aura, cool tattoos, magnificent striking, flashy kicks, impeccable head movement, ridiculous power. He climbs up through the ranks. He knocks out guys who were coming off a one-day notice. Warriors we found at the 7-Eleven down the street. We found this guy working at 7-Eleven. We said, how much do you weigh? He said, 156. You're fighting Mauricio Ruffy. Congratulations, kid. You're fighting Mauricio Ruffy today, right? You got 40-year-old Bobby Greens getting their heads spun clean off, bro. He's looking like Goku's stepbrother out here. Wait, isn't Goku's stepbrother Nimitz? Raditz? That's Raditz, right? Okay, never mind. He's looking like Goku out here. And then you put him against a grappler and it's over with. Literally, you just put him against a gritty grappler, it's over with. All that stuff, right? All that. Conor McGregor, one of the greatest UFC fighters of all time, one of the greatest lightweights of all time, one of the greatest featherweights of all time. He fights Nate Diaz. It's over with. Mauricio Ruffy, great knockout of the year, fighting nerds, undefeated, all this stuff, right? He fights Benoît Saint-Denis, gets choked out. What was it, round 1, round 2? It was round 2. Saint-Denis just whooped him the whole time, grappling. He just grappled him. That's it. That's it. This, mind you, same dude, Mauricio Ruffy. And I like Mauricio Ruffy, but I mean, whew, Islam Makhachev does not. Islam Makhachev does not like Mauricio Ruffy.
That shit is crazy. I really don't like that guy.
Train more, speak less. That is the key to success. Who taught Islam how to rhyme in English? He been hanging out with black dudes, man. Train more, speak less. That's the key to success. I gotta do my best and I'm blessed. Walk through with a bulletproof vest. Flying squirrel in my mag, got it tatted on my chest. Oh, I'm Islam Makhachev. And I
really don't like that guy.
Win or lose, Ruffy has no grappling. Dude, why are you kicking him while he's down? I thought this was a pretty close fight from the beginning. Like, I wasn't very surprised that he did this. He just did his game plan. That's how BSD fights. He's an over-aggressive, gritty grappler. And sometimes he'll use his striking, but if he uses it, he's just using it to get you to the takedown, get you to the ground. And then he just overwhelmed. He had him in a full mount in like 30 seconds. That's just what BSD does. BSD was doing that to Poirier. He does that to everybody. But yeah, man, this is the fall of the fighting nerds. This is the fall of the fighting nerds. And I don't know. It was weird seeing Ian Gary over here standing right next to Carlos Prates. I don't know if I could stand next. If I was Carlos Prates, I would not want to sit next to Ian Gary. But I guess he had no choice. He obviously had no choice. It's sad to see. I think all of them have losses now except for Gene Silva. And we'll see how Gene Silva does against Diego Lopez. I probably need to work on that video later. But let's look at the rest of the fight. I'm not going to get too deep into it. Modestus retired Paul Craig. It was about time, Craig. It was about time, Paul Craig. Paul Craig, thank you for your service. Thank you for that 1L on Ankalaev, man. Thank you for what you did, for what you stand for what you represent. Saying that you could be not even ranked in the UFC, but that doesn't mean that you can't beat a couple champions. Ankalaev, Jamal Hill broke his arm. One of the worst arm breaks I've ever seen in my life. Paul Craig, thank you for your service. Modestus Bukauskas, I don't know, good job. Mason Jones, this was a pretty good fight. Mason Jones, he was marauding, dude. Mason Jones, he was really using his grappling. There's a few times that he got the back, a few times that he got mount. Really just sealed the deal with those elbows. Axel Sola versus Reese McKee. This might be the last fight I talk about. I just want to talk about one thing. If you're a UFC fan, if you're a real UFC fan, you have a least favorite commentator. And my least favorite commentator might be Michael Bisping. Okay? Because Michael Bisping, it's not even like he tries to hide it. Like, people call me biased with the black fighters. I'm not like, I'm as biased as any other guy when it comes to someone from your race fighting, right? Michael Bisping is like over the top. Anyone from that island, the UK island, he's going to be going for him. Rhys McKee was standing here with the head movement of a snowman, getting pieced up. And you hear Michael Bisping saying, "Oh my word, buddy, this is just reminiscent of a young Conor McGregor." Why? Is it just because he's from Ireland? You can't just say just because someone is Irish that they're reminiscent of a young Conor McGregor. You can't just say that about everybody. "Oh my word, buddy, look at him. He's just he reminds me of a young Conor McGregor." They can't all remind you of a young Conor McGregor. This dude was getting hit by Axel Sola, was throwing whatever he wanted to throw, and it was just landing on Rhys McKee. That's not reminiscent of a young Conor McGregor at all, in any way. And Michael Bisping, it's just like, no matter what, if the fighter's British, he's reminiscent. Tom Aspinall, he might be the greatest fighter we've ever seen in the UFC. After he beats Marcin Tybura, this is why I'm telling everyone, he's the greatest fighter we've ever seen in the heavyweight division. Okay, dude. Okay. But yeah, Axel Sola came off the streets of Paris or wherever he's from and just literally just put such a beating on Rhys McKee. I think this was his UFC debut. They just found him in Paris somewhere. And he just beat the mess out of Rhys McKee, the next Conor McGregor. Yeah, the next Conor McGregor. Shut up. Anyways, France pretty much went undefeated this fight. William Gomez had a dominating win. Omar Sy won by KO. Marcin Tybura got knocked out. All in all, this was a really fun fight. Really fun fight night. I was over here. I was cooking. I was on the grill. Y'all want to hear a random story? So my neighbor gave me some pork chops, and I threw them on the grill today. And, you know, I had the coals going, and this was during prelims. I had the coals going, and I couldn't get it. You know when you have the coals and they're not hot enough, and but you're kind of impatient to wait for them to get hot enough. So what I did was I put like the fatty side of the meat directly over the coals, and so that the fat would drip down and then make the flames fly up and then cook the meat a little. Because all I wanted was a char. I had already cooked the pork chops inside. I just wanted a little char, a little color on the outside. And I walked back, and here's a picture of the pork chops.
Oh!
Here's a picture of the pork chops.
He needs some milk.
I sent that picture to my wife because she was out, and I know you guys think I don't have a real wife. And this is what she said. This was her response to me. Guys, what does that mean? If you're like Gen Z or something, can you explain to me what "start digging in your butt, twin" means? I don't know where my wife heard this. I don't know why she said it to me, but she said "start digging in your butt, twin." And I don't know how to take that. So, yeah, please just let me know. That's just an open call for, like, you know, anyone, you know, anybody. Anyone have any answers? I'm just asking for answers. So, this is Flying Squirrel MMA. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Peace.